Thompson's family gathered to celebrate Christmas, but none of them knew that by the end of the day, the house would hold a truth heavy enough to change them forever. Snow fell gently on the small town, the kind of snow that softened sound and made the world feel forgiving. The Thompson house stood warm against the white, its windows glowing gold like promises kept. Harold Thompson loved Christmas because it asked nothing from him except presents. At 55, with silver in his beard and kindness in his eyes, he believed traditions were the glue that held people together. This year mattered more than most. Evelyn moved quietly through the house, her touch careful, her smile practiced. She folded blankets, straightened picture frames, and avoided the mirror too long. Her warmth was real but fragile. Tommy and Sarah filled the house with noise and movement, dragging ornaments, arguing cheerfully, laughing too loud. They were joy without effort. Victor arrived just before dusk, snow on his coat, a grin that never quite left his face. At 45, he lived in motion airports, hotel rooms, half-finished conversations. Behind him came Lila, gentle and pale, one hand resting protectively on her belly. She smiled softly, like someone who felt more than she said. The house grew full not just of people, but of memory. They worked together. Lights were untangled, cookies baked. Stories returned like old friends. Yet beneath the laughter, something strained, like a note held too long. Evelyn's eyes lingered on Victor when she thought no one noticed. Harold watched Lila as if listening for something unspoken. Victor avoided mirrors. Lila held her breath often. That night, after the children fell asleep, the adults sat by the fire. The tree lights flickered beautiful, uneven, imperfect. Harold spoke softly. "Tomorrow I have something important to tell you." No one asked what he meant. On Christmas Day, filled with cold and Brighton, the children raced downstairs, their laughter cutting through the tension like bells. Gifts were opened. Smiles appeared. Gratitude was spoken. Then Harold stood. He held an envelope, old and creased, as if it had been folded and unfolded too many times. "There are things," he said, voice steady but thin, "that love doesn't fix by itself." Evelyn's hands trembled. Harold spoke of years of waiting, of silence, of shame he never shared, of a truth he buried because he feared it would break the woman he loved. Evelyn cried not loudly, but fully. Victor bowed his head. Harold turned to his brother. "You tried to help me," he said. "But help without honesty becomes betrayal." Victor's breath broke. "I thought I was giving you what you wanted most." The room felt smaller. The children sensed it, not the meaning but the weight. Then Harold looked at Lila. "Failed too," he said. "When someone leaned on me, I forgot where I was standing." Victor looked up slowly, the understanding arriving before the words. The truth settled between them like snow, quiet, heavy, impossible to ignore. No one shouted. No one defended themselves. They simply felt it. At last Victor stood. "We broke each other," he said. "But we don't have to break the children." Harold stepped forward. The hug came awkwardly, then tightly. Two men holding years of pain, choosing not to let it win. "I forgive you," Harold said. "And I ask for the same." Tears followed. Then stillness. They did not trade lives or erase the past. They did something harder. They stayed. They spoke often, painfully, honestly. Sometimes with help. Sometimes with silence. They learned that forgiveness wasn't a moment, but a practice. They lived close. Not to watch each other but to choose each other. The children grew in truth, not confusion. They learned that love is bigger than origin, and presence matters more than perfection. The baby arrived in spring, carried into a family that had already been broken and rebuilt. Every Christmas after the snow returned, the house filled again. Not lighter but truer. The cracks remained, but light found them, and under the same snow each year, they stood together imperfect, forgiven and still choosing love. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share.